everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Grace, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a 1920s inspired kind of makeup. As you can see, inspired is a pretty important word in today's video because it kind of went a little 90s, 80s, route. All that aside, I had a lot of fun playing and trying something new, trying something darker. Y'all want to check out, see how this video goes, see what I do, hang out, just keep watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. Trying not to get coffee all over this mat, because it's actually nice and my grandmother made it. Okay, come on. There we go. Today's video is brought to you by my coffee bar, literally. So I'm going to start with some Stridex. I used to use these a lot when I was younger and it actually helped me a lot. It's super inexpensive, it's good for acne, and so I've kind of gotten back on to using it. Now that I have the Stridex on, I kind of try to dry it a little bit before adding anything else. But since the next thing I add is still skincare kinda, I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem. I am going to add on top of it now my typical Essence primer. Sorry, this lighting is so odd. You guys have seen this Essence product a lot if you've seen my videos before, so I'm not too worried about this really being on camera. Anyways, usually I wouldn't put no moisturizer on, but today, seeing that my whole makeup station is moved, I only chose a few products to take with me. So usually I'd add some kind of moisturizer, but the Stridex and the Essence combo is pretty common. Now, what I am going to jump into is my Ole Hendrickson's Bright Eye Cream that I love. I'm sorry y'all can't see this. It's a really weird lighting situation. And I'm just gonna put this on my eyes to kind of prime them for the battle of 1920s makeup. The next step is going to go into my Instant Age Rewind corrector. I've had the Instant Age Rewind before, but I didn't have the corrector. I think I just had the concealer. It's kind of pink-y to cancel out any dark circles. I'm gonna leave this on and put on top of it my new matte foundation from Maybelline Fit Me. I think, you know, this foundation is all right. I don't know that I'm really like a matte finish kind of gal. This is just my first foundation that I've ever owned, like pretty much. So this is what we are working with. I am going to use a beauty blender, and I sprayed the blender down with my hangover spray that I love. And I'm just gonna kind of take this, dip it in, and then go ham. I have pretty normal skin and like maybe even a little dry, so this matte foundation, like I have to kind of try to keep it wet, and maybe that's all matte foundations. Again, I'm learning, but this one specifically on my skin type, I have to try to keep wet. All right, y'all, so now I am all done blending in the foundation. I've been using a lot more powder than usual, honestly. So the powder I'm going to use first is going to be my Maybelline Fit Me concealer powder, whatever this is. This is in Classic Ivory. I am just gonna take the little poofy thing and kind of just pat this on my skin. And now I'm realizing I don't have my baking powder, and there's a lot of things I can go without because I'm filming near a coffee station, but baking powder is not one of them. So I'll be right back after I go grab my baking powder. Okay, for baking, even though it's kind of getting into winter now, I am not really into looking completely like a ghost. So I use my baking powder, and I also use a little of banana powder. I am now gonna just kind of go into this like mix and put this in places where I typically need to bake. So I'm gonna start with my classic nudes palette. This is the Tarte palette I got from a BoxyCharm that has just saved my life a million times over. We're gonna get a big fluffy blending brush and we are going to go into a very natural tan transition color and put that into our crease. This whole 20s inspired thing mainly sprung from a desire to do a Art Nouveau kind of stylized house with like Art Nouveau modernized style in general for my like clothing and outfits, and the only way you can see if you like an aesthetic is to try it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this out, see how I feel about it, see if I like it. Maybe I'll hate it, who knows? But I do still love the Art Nouveau style. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Mix that with some 20s inspired style. For a house, it's super cute. So that's where this sprung from, and then I kind of just liked everything about it, so I looked up the makeup, and the makeup was just different. So, you know, I feel like a lot of people are doing like the 60s, 70s, 50s, 80s, 90s, but like the 20s, no one's messing with the 20s, and it's the 20s, so we should correspond. So now that I have kind of gone into that more neutral shade and just put that all around my eye, what I think I want to do is go into a more taupey shade, but a light taupe. This one here, it's so hard to show you guys. Just get a light taupey color. It's a little more of a cool brown. And I'm gonna put that right in the crease of my eye. So my Naked 3 palette is gonna be the key component to today's video. And let me tell you, I'm not very proud of this palette and the fact that I own it and the fact that I use it, but it is perfect for what we're trying to do. We are going to now go and hop into this color here, Limit. Limit is right here. It's a very purpley taupey shade. It's pretty light, so what I'm gonna do is put that kind of at the top of all those brown shades we just put, and it actually makes it just blend so beautifully. And just in case y'all didn't know, or you're new here, or maybe like I've just been doing this and it seems like I know what I'm doing, I typically sit down and make a video, and it's the first time I've tried the makeup out. So I'm already pretty impressed. I do like mixing the browns and purples in this palette, even though that seems a little like into the black eye territory. It does turn out cute a lot, so there's always that. Now I'm going to go into the darker version. So here's Limit right here. I am going to truck along into Nooner, which is just a little darker of a purple. I'm gonna put that into my kind of crease area, but on the outer corner of my brow bone, because I still want to give some kind of shape to the eye. I noticed a lot of 20s makeup is just a big blob of makeup, so it doesn't necessarily really give any shape. I want to try to avoid that with our modern tactics of makeup. I forgot to put on my LA Girl lip plumper. Not the best lip plumper ever, but it does do something, and it does prepare my lips for later when I'm putting on a cute lip. So I'm just gonna pop this on real quick. I think there used to be a color from MAC, or maybe it was a Stella lip gloss that was this like frosty pink color. And this is just so gross to me. It just does not do anything for the lips, but I remember it being so popular. If y'all watched YouTube from the time it kind of like started being a thing and like watched Beauty Gurus, do y'all know what I'm talking about with that? So I am going to now put on the color Factory from this palette, which is 4 down from the darkest color. And what I'm gonna do with Factory is on a flat brush, just taking that and putting it kind of all over my lid. The next thing I'm gonna use is Black Heart, which is the darkest color in the palette. And I'm just gonna dip into that. It is so pretty. Like, I can't even show you guys, but if I could show you guys this color, oh, it is just so gorgeous. And what I'm gonna do with this is actually kind of draw with my brush a line to make it kind of do a shape for my face, but it's also like not. Furthering the dark shadow onto my entire eye, kind of stopping it halfway onto the lid so that it leaves some room to put a dark or light color over it without like completely hiding the light. I'm going to go in and line underneath my whole eye. I kind of can't with this makeup look, but I kind of can at the same time, because I mean, you know, this is where we're at. So now I'm going to take some of Buzz and Trick, which is a more rose goldy color and a pink, and pop that on the middle of my eye to see kind of what that does. Oh, nothing? Okay. Let me come in with reinforcements here. Spray down my brush with some hangover spray and then go in to these colors and then put it in the middle. There we go, that's doing something. As I was kind of like blending in the last bits of everything on my face before doing some finishing touches, I realized that the shadow was still really blotchy, so what I decided to do was just take some of this dark brown, maybe it's a black shade, and put it on top of everywhere where I had dark shadow so that it would kind of make it blend. I don't know why it was acting the way it was, but the shadow looks way smoother now anywho, so we're gonna kind of like just keep this the way it is. It's not exactly what I would do, but like, who's wearing 20s makeup anymore? So now that I'm kind of all done with that piece of things, I'm gonna blend this powder in with my wet sponge. I am going to spray my face down with a little bit of this Hangover RX spray. Pat everything in so it doesn't get too cakey. Once again, it's all about keeping it wet. Now that I have blended everything in with my wet sponge, added that Hangover RX spray, my face is a little more wet and not gonna be cakey. I'm gonna add a little more powder in the way of bronzer and contour in general. Then I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna go off camera and do this since y'all already kind of know the way I do this, and if you don't, I do have videos where I do the same contour all the time. So I'm just gonna put this on real quick. Okay, now having basically all of the contour done, I know I still have the baking on, but you know, have to let it bake for a little bit. I'm going to reach into my e.l.f. blush palette I have been kind of using lately, and I think for this specific look, I want to go for a hot pink kind of color, but I feel like I should go for more of like a nude pinky color that's almost like a bronzer. With that all in mind, I am going to simply just take a little bit of that pink, hot pink, and a little of this more neutral pink, and then a little bit even of this more brownie pink, and place that on my cheeks because I don't really know what the best blush color would be to use, but I feel like all three, that's what you gotta do. And I do go kind of ham on like the first powder application of everything because I am going to spray my face down and like take off a lot of the product. I want to have a good amount of product left over, so that's why it's like woo right now, but it's gonna die down a little bit. And I actually started like doing the fish face, which is the contour contour face, you know, like when doing my blush, because I feel like it makes my face look more contoured than like smiling and putting on blush. I don't know. Could be bullshit, could just be something I've been doing and I think it helps and it doesn't, but I just think it makes things look good. Now, what I'm gonna do is spray my face and pat in the excess powder, the baking powder, literally everything, pretty much where it sits. I'm just gonna pat it in because this is a magical spray and everything kind of just sits so nicely afterwards. So, and do y'all see how well everything like blended out for how much product I had on my face? Setting spray, make that super high on your list. As someone who is trying to make a makeup collection that is like more high end, starting with setting spray has been my best friend. So the next step is going to be some lashes, which I feel like fake lashes would look super good with this, but I don't feel like doing fake lashes. So I am just going to pop on some regular lashes with just some mascara, and then I'll come back, do lips, and we will be done. Okay, so now the final part of this whole makeup look is going to be lips. And with lips, I struggled a little bit because I do know there is like a very classic 1920s lip style. So I'm going to try to mimic the like draw your lips on but not all the way kind of thing. So this is really the final 1920s inspired makeup look. I feel like, you know, it's not necessarily dead on the money, but I feel like it's pretty all right, and I'm probably not gonna wear it out, but it was fun to try, and it does give me, you know, some more insight in the fact that I may just not be a 1920s gal. I may not like that vibe, and I just gotta try something new. But all of this goes to say, try anything, y'all. You never know, you might like it, and then if you hate it, at least you tried it. So that's my lesson for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. It was good hanging out with you guys again, and I hope to see y'all soon. Please like this video, please subscribe, and yes, best wishes to everybody, and I will see y'all so soon. Bye.